I'm Abby, and my relationship with my parents has always been complicated. Growing up, I was the responsible one, the quiet one, the one who didn't cause trouble. My younger brother Ryan was the golden child, charming, protected, and endlessly forgiven. I didn't really understand how different we were treated until I turned 18. Right after I graduated high school, my parents sat me down and told me it was time for me to start my own life. They said I needed to move out within a month. No yelling, no argument, just a calm, matter of fact conversation that completely changed my life. I remember asking what I was supposed to do. I didn't have savings. I hadn't started college yet. I was scared. My mom told me, "You're strong. You'll figure it out." My dad said, "This will build character." That was it. And they didn't offer help. They didn't offer a safety net. They didn't even check in afterward. Like, I moved into a cramped place with roommates I barely knew. I worked multiple jobs. Some weeks I skipped meals so I could make rent. I remember lying awake at night, panicking about money, wondering what would happen if I got sick or lost my job. I never asked them for help, not once. Every time I hinted that things were hard, they reminded me that this is adulthood. Meanwhile, Ryan stayed home. He didn't pay rent. They paid for his phone, his car, his insurance, his school. If he messed up, they fixed it. If he struggled, they supported him. They constantly reassured him that he had time to figure life out. I tried not to resent it. I told myself people grow up differently. I told myself it didn't matter, but it did. Years passed. I slowly built a life on my own. I worked my way into stability. I met my partner. I got married. I was proud of myself, not because things were perfect, but because I survived without the support I needed. My relationship with my parents stayed polite but distant. Holidays, short phone calls, no real emotional closeness. They never apologized for pushing me out, and I stopped waiting for one. Then earlier this year, my mom called me crying. She said they were struggling financially. The bills were piling up, that my dad had debt and health expenses. She sounded scared, and for a moment, my chest hurt hearing it. They're still my parents. I didn't want them to suffer. Then she asked if I could help them financially, not just temporarily. She wanted ongoing help, help with rent, groceries, utilities. I was stunned. I asked what Ryan was doing to help. There was a long pause. Then she said, "He's still trying to get on his feet." "He's 24. I reminded her that I was younger than that when they told me to leave. She sighed and said, "That was different. You were always more capable." That sentence hurt more than anything else she could have said. I was more capable, so I deserved less support. I was stronger, so I didn't need help. I was easier to abandon. I told her I needed time to think. I talked it through with my partner, who gently reminded me of all the nights I cried from stress, all the years I struggled without anyone catching me when I fell. He asked me a question that hit hard. If you were drowning back then, would they have helped you? I already knew the answer. A few days later, my dad called. His tone was cold, disappointed. He told me I was being selfish, that family helps the family, that they sacrificed everything for me, and now it was my turn to give back. I told him I wasn't refusing out of spite. I just wasn't willing to financially support people who had chosen not to support me when I was barely an adult. He accused me of holding a grudge. Then the guilt started. My mom began texting constantly, saying she couldn't sleep, saying she was heartbroken, saying she never thought her own daughter would turn her back on her. She told me I was tearing the family apart. Then Ryan messaged me. He said mom had been crying every day. He said I was being cold, that I'd always been independent anyway, so I should help since I didn't need the money as much. That line broke something in me. because I didn't become independent by choice. I became independent because I had no other option. No one acknowledged how hard those years were. No one apologized. No one admitted there had been favoritism. They just expected me to step in and fix everything now that I was finally stable. I didn't scream. I didn't insult them. I didn't cut them off completely. I just said no. I told them I wasn't comfortable taking on their financial burden. I said I loved them, but I needed to protect the life I worked so hard to build. Since then, things have been tense. My parents barely speak to me unless it's to bring up money. They've told relatives that I abandoned them. Some family members have reached out to guilt me, saying I should do the right thing and be the bigger person. And every time I feel that same old knot in my chest, the one I felt at 18, standing in my childhood home being told to figure it out on my own, I don't hate my parents, but I'm tired of being expected to give endlessly to people who never protected me when I needed them most. So now I'm questioning myself. Am I heartless for saying no? Am I selfish for protecting my stability? Or am I finally allowed to put myself first?
Am I the asshole?